Okay, in the spirit of the message I'm about to share with you, I'm just shooting something off the cuff here and sitting in my thinking chair. I just I literally created a couple of slides right before I turn on the camera, and I just did this all in the spur of the moment. And it's for a reason. It's because I want to dare you, a triple dog dare. I want to dare you to produce something that isn't perfect. And essentially what I'm saying to you right now is if you're the kind of person that starts a project and then gets stuck trying to make it perfect and reworks their ideas over and over again, waiting for the moment where it's finally going to be this masterpiece that you can take out to the public, stop doing that, because you're the kind of person that doesn't get anything done. And I've seen this pattern happen over and over and over again, and yours truly was guilty of this for a very long period of time. And what I came to realize is that it doesn't matter how long you try perfecting your work, other people are going to perceive it in certain ways, depending on how they see the world. Some people may love it and some people may hate it. And in a lot of the cases, you really just have to get in the habit of putting your best foot forward, do your best work with the skills and resources you have in front of you, and put it out there, and open yourself up to the criticism and the scrutiny and everything that comes along with it. The sooner you do this, and the more often you do this, the better you will develop your craft, and the more skilled you will become. But if you're stuck in this mode of waiting for that perfection to happen, I guarantee you, you're gonna become a very miserable person because you're not getting anything done. So let's talk about it a little bit further. The first thing is you are going to get valuable feedback one way or the other. As soon as you produce something, I don't know, let's say it's a product that you want to create. You want to write a how-to guide on something. Maybe it's a book that you want to publish and you've been kind of sitting on it, you're at the 90% point and you haven't released it yet because you're afraid. Either way, you need to put this out so you can see what other people think of it. You can get a mirror back to you as to how this thing is going. You might think it's awesome, but you're delaying that feedback that you actually need to make really good works come to life if you don't put it out there for that feedback. So get things out sooner and get them out often so that you can get that valuable feedback and improve your work as you go forward. The other thing is it allows you to develop a thick skin. Okay, this is huge. If you are thrown off course by every little negative opinion and negative comment, you're not going to ever produce your best work. You need to embrace the fact that people aren't going to like what you do. And that's fine. And you're never going to please everyone, but what you will do is cultivate your own crowd. You'll find people that like what you do, and the sooner you put your best foot forward, even if it isn't perfect, the sooner you will start attracting people that kind of like what you do, and they'll say, hey, I really like what you've done here. However, maybe if you tweak this and this, it would be that much more powerful. But you also need that negative input. You need that stuff that you don't want to hear coming in sooner rather than later so that you have the opportunity to develop the thick skin. You're not immune to this. Everyone's going to get criticized once they start putting stuff out for the world to see. So get into that habit now. Practice developing the thick skin as soon as possible. It also cultivates productivity. And what I mean is that you can sit here all day trying to create that perfect masterpiece, and it's very likely going to take you months and months and months to release your project if you're trying to build this perfect masterpiece. But that's not very productive. You might be producing something that's really huge in the end, but until you've actually put something out for people to see, for people to download or to buy and consume or to look at this piece of artwork or to listen to the song that you're singing, you aren't really producing anything. So maybe it requires you taking a few small steps first. If you want to write a book, maybe you start by publishing a whole bunch of articles and you go and post them in places where you can get the feedback on your style of writing. People will tell you, wow, that really connected with me, or no, it didn't. Or maybe it's total crickets. Nobody said anything. Well, maybe you need to amplify your personality a little bit more because you're not interesting enough. Who knows what it is, but until you start producing things and sending them out there, you're not going to have that. So again, stop worrying about the perfection, start putting it into action. And finally, in order to do this, you need to stop being Mr. or Mrs. Judgy McGee. And what I mean by that is, again, yours truly was guilty of this as well. If you look at other people's work and go, oh man, it looks like they hardly put any work into that. They just slapped that together and did a horrible job. Well, yes, that may be the case, but it may not be. Maybe they really did try their best and they're still in the learning phases. We all need to learn how to stop being Mr. or Mrs. Judgy McGee quite so much, because when we do that, subconsciously we're saying to ourselves is, I could never put anything out that wasn't perfect. And until I have this perfect piece, then I can't release anything. And again, you're going to repeat the cycle of not getting anything done. So start learning to tolerate other people's lower standard of work, if that's how you see it, and maybe look at it for the process that they're going through. They're also in the learning process. They're also trying to develop something that's bigger and better. And maybe they should be commended for putting something out to be scrutinized and to be judged, and for developing a thick skin, because maybe they are facing people like you and me that are judging them, telling them how bad they are, and they're using that as a fuel to develop their self-confidence, but also to get that valuable feedback to say, okay, here's what they didn't like. Let's make a better product. Let's put something together that's more tightly suited with what people want to see. So I think if you do all these different things, you'll start seeing a drastic increase in your results, but also your self-confidence, and most importantly, your productivity. You're trying to produce something in your life right now. Whatever the results that are that you're shooting for, doing this more often will get you there. I hope this helps you. We'll see you soon.